Speaking of change, from longest-serving Israeli prime minister to opposition leader to squatter, a new group letter to the prime minister's office calling on Benjamin Netanyahu to vacate the official premier's residence in Jerusalem by June 27 or face a petition for eviction. And the letter filed an outrage over Netanyahu's continued use of the Balfour Street residence to host former United States ambassador to the UN, Nikki Haley, and Christians United for Israel founder John Hagee on Monday. Channa Rifkin joining us with the details. So, Channa, what's the big deal? Because after all, this was really just a day after the confirmation of the new government. It sounds reasonable for Netanyahu to continue hosting or doing whatever it is that he's doing at the residence.
I mean, it's reasonable for him to still be there. After all, how fast can you move out? But it seems like he was hosting Nikki Haley and
the Kufi founder.
Yeah, in an official kind of way, as if he was still prime minister, which is why it was raising eyebrows. Now, Netanyahu has been known throughout his 12-year tenure to use the Balfour residence to make a statement. If you were invited there, it was an honor, and if you weren't, it was a snub.
So it sounds like people are maybe just upset that he appears to have not moved on from his position or something?
Yeah.
All right, well, so this situation seems awkward, but what's happening now? Are there actions being taken to push forward the transfer of power, the transfer of the residence, including Netanyahu's removal from the space?
Right, so it's kind of awkward, right, because there's no official protocol, there's no director general running the show, so it's kind of hard to make a push. It has to be done maybe through petition, which brings me to this point here, where the Prime Minister group who has been holding anti-Netanyahu protests over the past year. And
they're the ones who filed this.
They sent a letter to the Prime Minister's office threatening to petition the high courts if they don't come up with a date, an official date within the next 2 weeks that Netanyahu has to be out of the residence. And a legal advisor in the Prime Minister's office has already advised to stop paying for utilities both in the Balfour residence and also his personal residence in Caesarea.
Oh, all right. Well, it's going to be a very interesting 2 weeks to see what happens and whether or not Prime Minister Netanyahu moves, I guess. Channa Rifkin, thank you so much.